What's going on, everyone? Carlos from Coin Vigilante. Hope you guys had a very joyful Christmas. I had a pretty good Christmas with family, and Bitcoin surprised us and gave us a gift. $28,000 Bitcoin. I think this happened either last night or something like that, and now it dipped down $2,000 from after reaching $28,000. Ridiculous price movement. It's been an insane move. It's probably more over 160% in the past couple months. Unbelievable price. And this is just the tease, essentially the tease for what's going to happen in 2021. And we've seen that happen. It's a cycle. It's a cycle movement. It's a cycle motion that we have seen with Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies over the year, primarily Bitcoin though. And we should be expecting price to appreciate in the very long term and midterm, because we are seeing Bitcoin supply being gobbled up by immense institutions. PayPal being the institution that is buying all the daily mined Bitcoin. It is literally buying all of it. Anything that's being mined and put into supply from the miners, PayPal is just gobbling up. And we're seeing the same thing. MicroStrategy taking out a loan to buy another $600 million of Bitcoin to put into their treasury reserve for their company. It's unbelievable. Michael Saylor is just the bomb here. And I want to show you something really special that I put on Twitter and both my newsletter. So my subscribers got to see what I see is the prophetic chart of Bitcoin. Okay, we got to say cheers to this. This is really good stuff. World's best boss. Dunder Mifflin. You know something good coming when I'm drinking out of this cup. Okay, all right, back to it. So this is a chart that everyone needs to see. And I think it is a very important chart that will probably blow your mind. At least it blows my mind. It is unbelievable. Unbelievable. So basically, with this chart that we are seeing here, we are seeing a price target of about $200,000 by the end of 2021. It could be more, it could be less. Honestly, to me, this is a mid-conservative price target that I have. 100,000 is going to happen easily, I think, by the middle of summer. But the reason why I am expecting to see a price target of around 200,000 by the end of next year is because we see the exact same thing occurring in previous bull markets for Bitcoin. And this is part of a 4-year cycle that happens in Bitcoin. Every single time, it's the same thing. So we see here, starting in about November 11th, October, going all the way through the end of December of 2013, we see a parabolic move that occurred in Bitcoin. And the price appreciation from the bottom of, let's see, let me try to get it here. From the bottom of the bear market that occurred in October 2011 or so to the top, that is a 55,000% increase over the next 2 years in Bitcoin. Okay, and we see that this parabolic move it's actually in this channel, in this multi-year channel that I actually drew. And I've seen some of these charts around, but it is insane. As I build this chart, it is unbelievable what we see. And we see, and I want you guys to pay attention to this, I always talk about this. So the 21, as previously seen in bull markets, the price seems to always retest a 21 moving average as support, which falls in line with the parabolic line as support as well. And so let's jump forward to the parabolic move 2. And as we see here, I start this from the bottom of the bear market. Okay, so this is the bottom of the bear market. And then as we build this parabolic line curve here, we see that Bitcoin tends to retest close to it. Close to it. Another hit. Another hit. Another hit. Okay, hold on. This is getting really annoying. All right, there you go. And it falls in line perfectly with that 21 moving average. 21 every single time. This is a line right here. And it is almost paired, directly with that parabolic advance. And we see immense price appreciation. Okay, and I'm going to show you here real quick how much it moved up in the last bull market here. Let's see. Let's take a look here. That's around a 10,000% increase. Okay, and so unbelievable move for Bitcoin. And we're seeing the same thing. This is a parabolic move 3. And this is what we're going to expect. We should expect somewhere along these lines. Maybe $200,000. So $200,000 would be around a 6,000% increase. Now, what I want you guys to understand is, as we see its parabolic move, we are seeing diminishing returns. Okay? And so we're still getting returns. We're still getting price appreciation occurring. But we're not seeing more of it, right? So we saw 55,000 in the first parabolic move. We saw 10,000 the second parabolic move. Now we're going to see somewhere around 5,000. So it's diminishing because as a market grows, the volatility decreases. And so that's what we see. So for example, in Apple, if you buy Apple right now, you should not be expecting Apple to double or triple in the next 2-3 years, or in the short term at least. And that is because the market is so big. The market cap of Apple is what? I don't know, $1.8 trillion. It's not going to go to $3 trillion in a year. And so what we're seeing is the same thing with Bitcoin. And this is the perfect chart that shows you that Bitcoin has been growing. My charts are freaking out right now. I don't know what's going on. But we see the market growing from early on in, let me see. Early on in January, or November of 2010, we are seeing that the market has been growing and increasing in value. Yes, the volatility is here, but we are seeing that in this channel, Bitcoin always, has this positive trend of increasing. So we're, with the number of users that's growing, with the demand that is increasing, and the utility that we are seeing in Bitcoin, we are seeing, the network of Bitcoin grow. And it is absolutely beautiful. And again, it could be different now because Bitcoin is reaching this, this era of, more institutional play, more, it's being accepted everywhere. The infrastructure is being around. So it's building around Bitcoin. We could see that it gets here. Now, maybe we don't see the 80 or 90% retracement, because what I'm looking at, and this is very long term, once we get to these levels here, if we look at the level when we got here and we see the drop, that's an 85% decrease. And it is close to this channel that we have been looking at, this light blue line. And so we should expect the same thing. Now I'm looking at this is 2-year play right here. When we get here, is somewhere where we could probably take some profits and expect to see some decrease in Bitcoin. And so a big correction, a large correction in Bitcoin. This has happened over the years. This is a cycle. But guys, I call this a prophetic chart. It is just a beautiful chart. If you're looking to play this long term, this is going to be where we are headed. Somewhere around this area. Conservative price, $100,000, $200,000 is a pretty good price that I'm looking for too. But now we should be looking to enter in corrections and at good prices. So right now, Bitcoin is very overextended over its 21 moving average, right around here. Now, I don't know if Bitcoin is going to correct all the way down to this blue line right now. That is about $15,000 Bitcoin, but we see that it could retest beautifully this parabolic advance right here. That would give us, let's see, that would be around a 30% decline, which I have talked in my previous videos and in my previous newsletters that Bitcoin in the last bull market saw around 6 to 7 corrections that were, between 30% and 40%. Now, this would put us around a price of 18,000, 19,000. We could retest our old all-time high which we see right here. So that is a price of around $19,000. So we could retest and meet this parabolic curve somewhere around here. Now, if we drop a couple more percentage, we could wick down all the way to 18,000. That would be a really good entry. And so in terms of Bitcoin, good entry around, previous all-time high, maybe a little bit under. But remember, when Bitcoin drops, everything else drops harder. And I wanted to show you guys, I'm going to see if I can find the charts here. Not there, right here. Okay. All right, so as we are looking to play into this, I haven't really made videos much about Litecoin, Ethereum, or any other altcoins. These are alternative currencies, digital currency, at least Litecoin is. And when you pair this coin against Bitcoin, not against the US dollar value, we are seeing that Litecoin has been bottoming in this long-term bottom trend right here. So it bottomed here, and after it bottomed, we see the price skyrocket against Bitcoin. And then we see it again. You see this bottom right here. Okay, so we are seeing a lot of altcoins bottoming. Bottoming quite low against Bitcoin. We're seeing essentially as low as we can get in Bitcoin in a lot of them. And we are seeing the same thing here. And Litecoin actually just broke out of this downtrend against Bitcoin, and it used this as a support line. So we could see this as the launch pad for Litecoin to go up. Now remember, when you are buying, I like to look at other coins against Bitcoin, not just the US dollar, because essentially what I want to do is I want to accumulate more Bitcoin as I go. And a way to do this is to invest or trade in some altcoins. So for example, let's say we bought here, okay? Essentially, when you buy an altcoin, you're betting against Bitcoin. Okay, you're essentially betting that this coin is going to give you more returns than Bitcoin will. And so let's say we invest at that price point right there against Bitcoin. That went up to around 500%. And essentially what we should see with that is essentially we can buy 5 times as much Bitcoin because we invested in this coin. By investing in this coin, we can invest 5 times as much into Bitcoin if you trade, if you make that move. And so that could be a really good move. And that's what we're seeing here too. Okay, it's the same thing. If we invest here, assuming we follow Litecoin's cycle, let's say a conservative increase of 200%, that would give you a really nice opportunity, to flip that Litecoin for Bitcoin. Now, I am a hodler of Litecoin. Litecoin is one of the coins that I've always, hodled since 2017 or so, and I have accumulated Litecoin. This is where I bought Litecoin at, guys. So I remember I got in Litecoin around, I don't know, $50 here, and then we saw incredible gains. And again, this is part of the cycle. You see this time frame here, guys? April 2017 through December of 2017. That is a 10,000% increase in Litecoin. Okay? And this is only a 6 to 7 time frame where, the price skyrocketed like that. And we're going to see the same thing. We're going to see the same thing with Bitcoin, Litecoin, and all these coins. Now, we see that Litecoin broke out of this symmetrical triangle here. And, this is where I got in around $50. Because this is a true story, guys. And I've learned this in the past 3 years. And I'm sure a lot of you guys have experienced it. But I'm not ashamed of it. I've learned from it. I bought Litecoin here, and then with the FOMO and the craziness, I kid you not, I bought Litecoin at like $200, $300. There's actually better charts out here. There's better charts for Litecoin that actually, Litecoin increased to about $420 in the last bull market. But anyway, I bought up here, and then it dipped down, and I didn't realize about this cycle situation that was happening. I bought more here, and then dipped down all the way here. I bought here, And so, not the best trade. I was not thinking correctly, but I've learned. And I realized here, okay, we're reaching an inflection point where something's going to happen. We're seeing price being compressed around this area, and to be honest, I'd rather buy Litecoin at $50 than at 130, or when it goes back to its previous all-time high, $300. So I accumulated a lot here, and Litecoin beautifully broke out of this triangle, out of this long-term, multi-year long downtrend. Okay, how about that? I managed to say it. And it broke out, and now we are seeing price wanting to retest its resistance zone of around $140 or so. And so once we reached that, we actually reached around, let me see what the price was, 140 actually. We see the price might use $90 as support. Now, so looking at Litecoin with the US dollar as a pair, you know, the chart looks nice, but against Bitcoin, that is where I'm really interested. Okay, right here. The upside is tremendous, and we could turn that, you know, those nice profits, we can flip them into Bitcoin and accumulate more. And we see the same thing with Tron right here. You see everything, all these altcoins are basically bottoming out against Bitcoin. We see the same thing with Ethereum. Ethereum is one of the biggest coins out there. And again, same thing, bottoming here, bottoming here, bottoming here. Assuming we follow the cycle. Look at that, nice increase, 300% against Bitcoin. And we see that with Cardano as well. Look at that, bottoming out. Same thing with Dogecoin, Elon Musk's coin. Same thing, bottoming out. And this is a perfect cycle that we see, especially in Dogecoin. It retests its multi-year long support line here, there, and now it broke down, and now we have another one down here, a support zone, where we always see it come back from there. Incredible gains, and we are going to see the same thing, guys. Okay, maybe not always the same thing, but following the cycles that we have been seeing, it is, you know, reasonable to see and to use the previous charts and the charts that we see as, you know, as historical data that we can rely on sometimes. And so for me, these are going to be entry points. This is an entry point for me for Litecoin, entry point for me for Ethereum, Tron. I mean, yeah, maybe there's a danger zone a little bit. It broke down, but we'll see if it closes above that support. And Theta is one of the coins that actually me and my mom have been looking at. My mom's a pretty good trader, and to be honest, there's a quite nice chart that we're seeing bottoming out against this trend line here, and you know, we see the price increase there for Theta. I would recommend you guys look into Theta a little bit. There's something about decentralizing streaming, live streaming or something like that, and pretty good gain. Right now it is sitting around $1.40. And so, you know, I'm looking at all these coins, and I just wanted to let you guys know that we are going to see an alt season where altcoins see tremendous gains in Q1 of 2021. And we need to be prepared and know what we're going to do and what kind of plan we have. And again, I am expecting Bitcoin to drop, you know, somewhere around, it would be perfectly okay with Bitcoin and looking at historicals to drop around $20,000, $19,000, maybe even a bit more. And remember, when Bitcoin drops, everything drops with it. So where are you going to deploy your capital, your cash that's sitting around? I know that I'm going to be putting it in certain coins here. I'm going to add heavily into my Bitcoin position. That's what I'm planning on doing. And again, it's going to be interesting to see how Bitcoin closes on the yearly, and then how Bitcoin performs in the first couple weeks of January. I think it would be perfectly standard and normal and common for Bitcoin to, you know, go back down and correct. It has always been natural in bull markets. And so I wanted to show you guys these charts, just a few of my thoughts as I drink my morning coffee. I do apologize for all these phone calls, texts, and stuff, pings that I'm getting. They're getting kind of annoying. I need to figure that out. But let's finish this year off strong, guys. It's been a pretty sucky year in my opinion, but you know, we're going to start 2021 strong, knowing exactly what we're going into. Bitcoin is on a long-term bull trend. It will reach prices that are going to shock you. Same thing with other coins. If you don't know much about cryptocurrencies, if you don't, just stick with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is basically the coin you want to be in. And that's what I would recommend for everyone. Other coins, I mean, we can talk about it. I'll make more videos. I think Litecoin is amazing. Ethereum, it has, very good fundamentals in my opinion. And, there's many out there that are going to be beautiful gems, that could give you immense profits. However, play it safe for now. I would say Bitcoin will offer a nice correction here in the coming weeks that could offer you a position to, to enter. And so let's see how it plays out. I enjoyed making this video, guys. If you like my content, obviously subscribe. And then I also have, let me put this thing here. We also have this Coin Vigilante website here. It's a pretty nice website where we do a lot of information. You can learn about, if you're a beginner, you can learn about everything about Bitcoin, cryptocurrency. We write some articles there too. And I also have my newsletter. And this is where I go more in depth. When it comes to Bitcoin, I do alerts, Bitcoin new all-time high alert. You can go and see every single article that I've written, every single newsletter, by simply subscribing. It's free. You don't have to pay for it, guys. 5 minutes, 7 minutes out of your evening. Read it, get something out of it. If you don't like it, never read it again. That's totally fine. But if you subscribe, you're going to get an email from me every single week where I inform you a little bit of what's going on. And again, we got these videos here for everyone to see. So I hope you liked it. We will see you guys in a couple days.